We have assembled our Sunday roundtable this morning. We're joined by Democratic political analyst Marianne Marsh and Republican political analyst Rob Gray. Great to have you as always, guys. Thank you for your time.
Good morning.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday.
Mayor Walsh jumped quickly into action this past week, meeting with many of the demands of protest groups, declaring racism a public health crisis, reforms at the police department, further reforms, I should say, and cutting 20% or $12 million in police overtime for community programs to deal with violence. There's even more, but the bottom line here, is this enough to keep the critics at bay? Let's start with you, Rob.
Well, first of all, this shows us that Marty Walsh, Charlie Baker, and Joe Biden agree. Defunding the police is stupid. We need the police to protect our public safety and protect our communities. What Marty Walsh is doing is smart. Will it silence all the critics? No, because a lot of the critics and a lot of the protesters are extreme, but it should be enough.
Marianne?
Well, this was never about defunding the police. That was a false argument, period, full stop. But Marty Walsh said that Boston would be a leader in taking on police reform and systemic racism. This is what leadership looks like. Give Marty Walsh credit. This is a big, big, big first step with lots of programs, lots of policies, and lots of meat on the bone. It's the beginning, not the end, so I doubt that it will silence some of his critics, including those who may run against him, Andrea Campbell and Michelle Wu. But the more he does, the harder it is for them to criticize. They need to all be working together because this issue is the issue of our time, of our lifetime, and everyone needs to be working together on it because if you're not working together, then you're part of the problem.
All right, issue two I'd like to talk about this morning, police unions here in Massachusetts had a very strong grip on Beacon Hill since the beginning of time. Well, now the latest sign is that Governor Baker is filing a bill to certify officers across the state. Massachusetts is one of a few states in the union that doesn't do that. So, Rob, let me start with you. Do you see this as a done deal under the current climate?
Well, I think it is because Massachusetts has a checkered record here. The legislature threw money at the police over the decades with the Quinn bill, which was basically a pay raise and a pension raise in exchange for drive-by graduate degrees for police. They should have been training them. They should have been certifying them. Now we will. It's hard for me to see anybody arguing against it.
Marianne, it is. How can you present an argument against it? What's wrong with it?
Well, I think you can now because it looks pretty small, a tiny first step in terms of reforming police practices when you look at what Marty Walsh is now doing in Boston. So I think both Governor Baker and the legislature now have to up their game and try to match what Marty Walsh is doing in Boston so we have a uniform policy of policing across Massachusetts. That's not dependent upon what city and town you live in. So I think they now need to take a step back. Certification is the bare minimum. Chokeholds is the bare minimum. You now need to do 8 can't wait and everything else across the state. That's what I'm going to be looking for going forward.
Meanwhile, our former governor, Mitt Romney, now a U.S. Senator from Utah, was front and center at a protest rally in D.C. this week. He was the only Republican U.S. Senator in that march. He's getting bolder and bolder and picking his fights with the president. What do you think is next, Marianne?
Well, you know, once upon a time, Mitt Romney was a politician in Massachusetts where there's this great old saying, revenge is a dish best served cold, and he put an iceberg on a platter for Donald Trump last week. I mean, he foreshadowed his march by tweeting a photo of his father, George Romney, marching in a civil rights parade in the 60s. And then Mitt Romney did the same last weekend in Washington, D.C. for civil rights. Contrasted with Donald Trump's father, who was arrested for marching in a KKK parade back in the day, and now promoting white nationalists and throwing matches on racial discord across this country. So Mitt Romney's going to keep hitting Donald Trump, but he is going to pick his fights, but when he lands a punch, boy, is it going to hurt.
Big chess move for Romney, Rob?
Well, I think Romney had to grovel twice in front of Trump. First to get Trump's endorsement in 2012 when Romney was the presidential nominee. And then after Trump was elected when Romney wanted the Secretary of State job. I think he regrets both actions. I think he doesn't like Trump, doesn't think Trump is a good president. I think now he feels free that he's in a 6-year term as a U.S. Senator, the only Republican to vote against Trump, to vote for impeachment of Trump. Now this March, I expect there to be more of this.